Welcome back to Indiana News Desk. Well, this is a Juul. It's a popular e-cigarette brand that comes in flavors such as cotton candy, mango, and cucumber. It's marketed as an alternative to smoking, but each pod has as much nicotine as an entire pack of cigarettes. The FDA is labeling vaping an epidemic among young people. It's a problem schools are fighting with every day.
The definition of epidemic is too broad. But I think if it impacts one child negatively, that to us is an epidemic as a family. So that's one is too many.
Classes in Martinsville have been in session only a few weeks, but Bolin says he's already confiscated 2 Juuls. Bolin says one problem is that the devices are hard to identify.
I saw the Juul over the summer, and it did. It looked exactly like a flash drive, and that would surprise a lot of parents. And that's why they put them and made them like a flash drive.
A report this year from the Indiana Youth Institute found 15% of high school students surveyed used electronic vapor products in the past month.
Students are always looking to fit in. That is the nature of the beast, has been even whenever I was a kid. People wanted to try to fit in. And the peer pressures that are thrust upon them, in this day and age, it's even worse than it was when I was here because of social media. Even though they might have more information, they also have more pressure at the same time, and that becomes very difficult to balance.
And that is exactly what Andrew Harmon thought when he heard that Juuls were becoming popular at the high school.
I know kids, they do it over at the high school a lot, and I'm afraid it may start here, and we don't want that to happen.
Even though Juuls are less toxic than cigarettes, they're not toxin-free and have a lot of nicotine. Harmon proposed an idea. If he produced a video that could be played in the student newscast and put on YouTube, he could explain some of the dangers of juuling.
It was our first skit that we had done for the year, so I said, well, Miss Zimmerman, why don't we do a skit about Juuls?
After he got the go-ahead from his teacher, Harmon put together a group of his classmates. Together they did research, contacted local law enforcement, and put together their skit.
Please stand up. You're under arrest.
I applaud AJ and his crew for doing it, and Mrs. Zimmerman for taking on the task.